Waiting. All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Pierce Mind Podcast. I have no clue if this is going to work, if it is working, if you can hear me, if you can't. It's all kind of, well, it's a train wreck, which pretty much is how this show runs constantly. So if you're watching us on any of the many social media applications and you're hearing this and you can tell me if we suck or if it's echoing, that'd be greatly appreciated. I am always, as always, joined by Kevin Tenney today, and I'm a little paranoid because I'm out there wondering if it's echoing. Kevin, how's it going, buddy?
It's not going too bad.
Not going too good either, as we found out as we continue to, I don't know, I should have, yeah. But I think my mom's coming down, so it's cleaning my house. But we have a lot of stuff going on. OBJ making a fool of himself. Got an arrest warrant out for him. Cleveland Browns have a new coach for the next year and a half. And all the other coaching vacancies have been filled. The playoffs have been crazy, and we're going to try to get into a little bit of that tonight. I just want to jump right in. I know you had some stuff you wanted to hit on, so why don't you kind of throw out there what you wanted to talk about, since we're not sure when you have to leave.
Yeah. I've been waiting. I forgot to bring up my
Of course.
list.
Yes. This is exactly how I wanted this to go. Perfect.
Okay. First, I know since we weren't on last week, I wanted to bring up the Vikings beating the Saints in the playoffs.
That didn't surprise me. I think I called that week. I called the first week of the playoffs. I called all the road teams, and the only ones that dicked me over was the Bills.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have. That was another situation, but we could talk about that too. But the Vikings game, at the end of the game, it's clearly offensive pass interference.
Oh yeah, okay. I saw that. It was bad.
And then they don't review it. And then when they ask Al Riveron about it, he sat there and said that it didn't warrant them to do a review. Like, they did a quick look, but it didn't warrant them to take more time to review the play. And then he sat there and he made the comment, which kind of boggled my mind, was he said how I have it. Hold on. He said final year. That he from, you can tell, can't remember word for word, but it was basically by the way the year went that you can tell that usually most of the time they leave the call as it is on the field. Is what he said. It wasn't word for word, but that's what it was. And it's like, your point of the job of you being the review guy is to get the play right. Like, that's why you're reviewing it. Just because that's what's called on the field doesn't mean that's right. That's why they started doing instant replay, doing the reviews. So it's like, if I was Goodell, like, they've had so much trouble or so much complaint about the reviews, especially the pass interference reviews this year. And then for you to come out and say, it's like, we're just going to leave it whatever it's on the field. It's like, if it's right, then that's the right thing to do. But if it's not the right call, change it. That's the whole point of your job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I completely understand. I agree. I think that rule screwed up from the word go. They haven't utilized it in the way it was supposed to all year long. There was several situations where obvious plays should have been overturned and they weren't, or vice versa. They weren't even reviewed. So this rule screwed. I think it was only a 1 year rule anyway. So I don't anticipate it sticking around next year because it just didn't do anything. Because they didn't use the rule, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
But I was glad to see the Vikings move forward, too. I don't know why I don't have a disgust for the Saints, and I have no reason to. It's completely biased and not fair to the Saints. But they're kind of in cowboy world to me, where I just don't like them.
Huh. I like Drew Brees. I wouldn't mind seeing him win another one. Or at least having a shot at another one. Especially with the way last year ended.
Yeah, but isn't it more fun that they keep getting dicked over?
I don't know. If you're the fans, like, I called it. I told you that it was going to end and they were going to be throwing bottles and stuff at the referees, and they were. I was like, I called this one on the money.
Yeah, you did. You called it. I can't even lie. You did call it right on the spot. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask, and we all know how well I do that, right?
That's right.
I'm trying to get you in the picture here. Because you're not going to believe this. Right now, you're not on there, buddy.
Huh?
Oh, just fucking being a dick. That's all.
Oh.
Pretty much the thing I'm best at in this world. Oh, I'm trying to find. Here's the thing when you have a cluster F like this. Oh, look. What's up, Eric? Too afraid to come on. Eric was too afraid to come on today. You know, I give him every opportunity to come on this show and make hot takes, and he just fails to do it. I'm a little disappointed in him, to be completely honest. What else you got? So we got the Vikings. The playoffs in general have been pretty hot. Tennessee's jumped out and surprised the world. I feel like this is like Derrick Henry's coming out party.
Well, it's contract year.
Oh yeah, Kevin, the always the pessimist on any player actually just finally showing up and being good.
Hey, don't get me wrong, I like him. I mean, he's always had it. It just finally seems like it's finally clicking this year. It just happens to be his contract year when everything's finally clicking. But he is a beast out there. Oh, they
What's it gotta happen? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you see that they announced the final, 15 members of the not Continental, but whatever the heck, the special Hall of Fame?
No, all I saw was what did I see? I saw the sorry. I saw the what's it called? Jimmy Johnson balling.
Oh, okay.
And
Bill Cowher.
Bill Cowher. No, I didn't even see Bill Cowher's. I just saw Jimmy Johnson crying. I haven't. All I know is that what's his face, the piece of shit, didn't get in, and that's really all I cared about.
Well, I got a funny thing about that because that's just wrong. I mean, the guy should have been in the '90s. Should have been put into the Hall of Fame.
I don't even completely disagree with you. But after what he did to Cleveland, we just can't have it, Kevin. Like, it can't have. Like, I don't know how else to say it.
What he did to Cleveland fucked him in the first place. That's why he left. If Cleveland wouldn't have fucked him, he would have still been in Cleveland.
They didn't fuck him. He just didn't want. He didn't want to share. And have.
You blame him? Why would you want to share?
Because it's not like Cleveland's some huge city with a shit ton of money to throw around.
Are you kidding me right now? You sit there and they want you to share, and he says no, they don't have the money for a stadium. Then they turn around and build 2 brand new stadiums for 2 shitty teams at the time because the Browns weren't that bad. And they still said they didn't have the money for a stadium for him. For everything that he did, all the help that he did in Cleveland, and then you do that, I don't blame the guy for leaving. And then you build a new stadium 3 years later anyways. So come on. Like, I mean, he had every right to move that team.
You know, I do not like this attitude you're coming in here with today at all. One bit.
Here, this is going to make it even better for you. I am not a guy who believes in karma, but if karma exists, like Cleveland, this is how bad it shows that Cleveland deserves it. And I think a lot of it has to do with Modell not being in the Hall of Fame. Okay, so Modell died on September 6, 2012.
That was
Jimmy
a good day.
Bought the Browns October 2012. That is the karma that the Browns got because Modell's not in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, Kevin.
And I think it was like October 10th or 11th, something like that, whatever. He got approved by the Browns. Like that, it was almost a month apart that he buys them, and then the Browns have even been more of a shit show than they were when they first came back. With, I can't remember the first owner.
Yeah, I don't get behind this at all. I don't support this.
I know you don't, but hey, I'm just saying, Modell make it into the Hall of Fame. Who knows? The Browns might actually have a decent year the following year.
No, the Browns don't deserve to have a decent year, and they proved that with this coaching hire.
That's for sure.
I think they took like the 5th best guy. Okay, maybe not the 5th best guy, but I think they took somebody. I think they got. Let me rephrase this. I'm having a little loss for words here. I think they took the person who I think this is very much similar to a Dallas situation for a long time. Is they took the guy who'd be the best puppet. Like I don't think that any of the real coaches. You look at McDaniel's. You know, the second he actually wanted to make real changes to the structure of the team, they shit all over that and said bye bye. Like this ownership group should have to sell the team, in my opinion. I'm just over it.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to make them unless
No,
he
because
does
the world's
something
screwed up.
horrible.
I don't like it at all. Yeah, so we got the playoffs. We got Tennessee. Kind of, I think they're the fan favorites, honestly, going into this weekend. Everyone else is kind of like these high-profile teams. You have the NFC with the Niners going against the Packers. No one, I don't know. For whatever reason, the Niners too uppity. I think Aaron Rodgers has lost some of his coolness. Still,
Yeah, he seems too much of a whiner.
Yeah.
Or brat, however you want to put it.
Yeah, no, I'm totally on board with both those things. And yeah, just not excited. I'm not looking forward to these games, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm looking forward to the Tennessee game just to hope that Tennessee could pull out a miracle, which what I saw from Kansas City this past weekend, I don't even know if that's possible.
Well, what are your picks?
I'm taking I think if I'm picking the games purely from who I think's honestly going to win, I think it's going to be Kansas City and San Francisco. I like the Niners defense against the Packers. Jimmy Garoppolo is just good enough to win that game, I think. I know our friend Brian isn't going to love that so much, but that's who I think is going to win it. Kansas City is just too powerful. They showed that against Houston, up by 24. They're down by 24 points. And then it went on to score, what, it's like 52 straight or something? 41 straight? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they literally caught up within a quarter. They went into the second quarter down 24-0. By halftime, they went into with the lead.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah. And I was excited because, like I was telling you earlier, I was really hoping to see the Houston-Tennessee AFC title game. I thought that had been awesome for history. For everyone who doesn't know, Houston, left originally, went to Tennessee. That's how we got the Titans. And then the NFL brought Houston back in as an expansion team. And I think that would have been really fun. Especially if, like, we were talking about if the Titans showed up in Oilers uniforms.
Yeah.
Come on, that's like the biggest punk move ever. There's no better way to get into a team's head, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that would have been it. That would have been so funny. There would probably been more fans throwing bottles and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, it would have been bad, but it would have been hilarious. All right, what else you got for me today? I know you got a possible baby crying situation, so I'm trying to move this train along.
Yeah.
By the way, I started watching that Aaron Hernandez thing.
I started it last night too.
I had to pause it to do this, but it's pretty interesting so far.
Yeah, I think I made it 30 minutes in. You're right. When you're out, I woke up, I was feeding him, so I was like, yeah, we'll watch this. It's like he doesn't know what's going on. But I think Kansas City, San Francisco is going to be the Super Bowl too. I would like to see Tennessee make it in there because that make it interesting to see how they do because Garoppolo's not bad, but I think Tennessee's defense would be fine with him. I think it would come down to who can stop the run game better to win that game.
Yeah.
I was so happy Tennessee beat the Ravens because, Lamar Jackson's going to win the MVP. I know it's going to happen, but it still it proved everything I said at the beginning of the year. He's not a good quarterback. If you have to rely on him to pass to win a game, he can't do it. Especially, because if he's got to pass to win the game, it's coming from behind. And Tennessee proved it. Where I don't know if it's just for playoffs, because the regular season, if you would sit there, because but Tennessee and San Diego both did the same exact thing. They shut down his run and made him have to pass. Where Tennessee got so far ahead that when they kind of went to the prevent defense, because he got passing yards in the fourth quarter, but I think going into the fourth quarter, it was like, what, 80 yards passing and like 35 yards rushing or something like that.
It was
over 100 yards passing or 200 yards, but he still only scored one touchdown. So if you can, I don't know if it's just that they're selling out because they know, like, obviously if you lose in the postseason, you're not, there's no other, you don't got another week. Where in the regular season, if you lose, you can still make up that game throughout the season. So it's like they just went all out to stop that run, and he, like I said, he can't throw the ball. He's not a good passer. And it's like he got the passing yards during the regular season, but when you throw for like 400 yards against Miami and Arizona with horrible defenses, it's just, and no one's really stopping the run, because that's the big thing. Because if you got to worry about the run and the pass, yeah, he's a heck of a quarterback. But if you make him have to pass against you, Tennessee showed it. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything.
Well, yeah, no, and I think that's been his MO. If you force him strictly to pass for the most part, and here's the thing, I think they said it all before, you have to hit that guy. Yeah. Every chance he runs, you hit him. Even if you don't get, like, just put every hit. And I know occasionally you're going to get a penalty, right? Even if it's a BS one, just because of the way the league's set up. But I think you just got to beat the dude up. I'm not saying dirty hits, but you just have to, you have to hit him. You have to make him regret coming into your house and coming into your view and running that ball. And you just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
At least that's what I would do. But
I mean, they showed it because they were there. They were hitting everybody. That game was a lot of big hits, that's for sure.
Well, no, and that's what you should do. Like, you have to. Here's the thing: Tennessee can hit, first off, offensively and defensively. Derrick Henry could put guys on his ass. I think it's hilarious. I was thinking about you as they were winning that game, as Tennessee was winning that game, because I know how much you hate. What's his face?
We talking about Brady, or we talking about Lamar Jackson?
Well, no, you hate the Tennessee guy, who I'm now completely blanking on. Tennessee quarterback.
Oh, Tannehill?
Yeah, you hate him.
I don't hate him. He's just not that good.
He's in the AFC Championship game, Kevin. Like, what
he hasn't thrown for 100 yards yet.
You don't need to. You got Derrick Henry.
You don't have to worry about him, because it's the same thing. If he's got to pass to win a game, it's not going to happen.
But he's not going to have to, because they're going to run the ball like a mother.
And that's fine. And he's going to get paid for it, which, hey, he deserves to. And then when he's the starter next year, it's going to go downhill, because they're going to be like, holy crap, we got Nick Foles part 2.
Hey, what's up, Eric? Can you hear me?
Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, Eric, we can hear you. And that's Eric's like, I don't know why.
Hey, can
we
anyone hear me?
Yes. I wish I could message him.
You can?
Yes.
I cannot hear you guys. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. All right, let's mute him for just a second till we can figure that out.
But you guys can hear me. Give me a thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We got you, buddy.
I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on.
This is, we got that vibe. He should be able to hear us just fine.
DM me what I need to be doing. Maybe it's something on my end. I haven't used this before.
All right, I will. Okay. All right, so while I do that, what else we got going on? As I'm driving the madness that is.
Do you think Brady's going to really leave?
No. I think it would be interesting. I think it would make for a fun off season. A lot of chatter about where he's going to end up. Sorry, I'm emailing him real quick. I don't know what it's going to be. Here's a place. All the places. The only place I think it makes any sense is like San Diego.
That's what a lot of the talk is.
Because I think Phillip Rivers is done.
He'll go somewhere, but yeah, I think he's done in LA. And I think I think their whole thing is they want to bring Brady in just because they can sell tickets. Because they can't even sell out a soccer stadium.
Yeah, and they're about to move into that big stadium next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't think he leaves. I think he wants to be a guy who's with one team forever, for his whole career. It'd be really weird seeing him in another uniform, but I think it would. And I don't think it helps his legacy to see if it's the system or not, because at this age, he's lost a step. Like, he's not at his top thing. So
Shit.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think if he leaves.
Can you guys see me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if he leaves.
Let me. Oh, hold on. Now it's scissors sound. What's up?
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
He can hear you.
No, see, I can't hear you guys. What's up here?
I don't know.
Maybe I just need to.
There you go. And there he goes. And there goes Eric.
But yeah, I think if he leaves and has a bad year, which I mean, I think would possibly be a pretty good chance. Yeah, it's going to sit there and it's going to quiet a lot of stuff down, I think, because I mean, it's just going to, because you look at all the other quarterbacks that when he's been hurt or suspended that have went on, they've done really good for New England, and then when they've left, they're subpar or just plain old not that good. So
yeah, I'm actually probably more interested to see if Phillip Rivers hangs around.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. There's a lot of talk about him going to the Colts, which is crazy because they gave Brissett that money and all that stuff, and it's like if you bring in someone like Rivers, or there was talk about even Brady going to Indianapolis, and it's like if any of them go there, like you're giving up because you're not going to bring them in and let Brissett start over top of them.
Yeah. I don't know why everyone hates Brissett so much now in Indianapolis.
I don't know. But that'd be the big question. Should Brady actually go to Indy? Because I mean, that's Peyton's place. It's like, would he do that?
What if Brady? I wish Eric was on right now. What if Brady goes to Denver?
See, I think that's the same thing. I don't think he would, just because Peyton played there and won a Super Bowl there.
Well, then if you're going under that, then for places who need teams, for cities that need quarterbacks, you're really going to lower. Hey, we could see Eric. I don't know, Eric.
I don't know what's going on, man. I can't hear you. I'm not even getting an audio sound thing on my browser. So it's gotta be something on my end. Sorry, I'm just kind of stupid here. I don't know what's going on. Do you still have Zoom or no?
No.
No. Ooh. Well, this is Rats Magats.
Did he just say Rats Magats?
Yeah, I don't even know what that
Maybe
means.
it's my internet or something. I don't really know.
It's probably your internet.
No, it's not.
But you can hear me.
When we tried to do multiple people on this the last time, we couldn't get it to work. Only one of us, I think it was me and you were able to talk. It was the same thing. We could hear the person. They couldn't hear us, and vice versa.
I don't believe it. I don't
Hold on,
believe
try
it.
talking now. I closed my other window.
I can hear you just fine, Eric.
No, I still can't hear you.
It's Eric. I'm blaming Eric. It's not
too
me.
bad.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna meet him. All right. So, where were we at now? He just threw me off. This is why you need a test. That's what we need to do next time. Testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. What else you got, Kevin? What did you think about the Browns hire, by the way?
I don't know too much about the guy. The main thing I could give him credit for is he He's been there since 2006. He's worked his way all the way up. So, I mean, their offense wasn't too bad this year. I'm not a big Cousins fan, so I don't want to put that too much, but he did run Dalvin Cook quite a bit, which could be good for Chubb. You know, so when you get inside the 10, you would think he's not going to throw it 4 straight downs. He should at least run it at least once. But I got to wait to see who he brings coordinators in. If he doesn't bring an offensive coordinator in from the get-go and actually use them, I think it's bad. I'm trying to think what else. But I still think my main knock on him is he doesn't have any head coaching experience. And I think that's what the Browns need. That's why I was with McDaniels.
Yeah, I was all for McDaniel's hire. I don't know why the team is so against, the ownership is so against a guy's idea of restructuring a lot when they've failed at everything else they've done, first off. Second off, whether you love, hate, or whatever McDaniels, you talk about the Patriots organization and how it's set up, it's, you know, legendary. It's one of the best in league history, in my personal opinion, and that's why they've been so successful. So if a guy wants to come in and bring some of those ways with him, why wouldn't you buy into that? Why would you be so against it? Why would you be so afraid of it?
The only thing I'd be against about it is him getting too much power, like towards the GM ways, because that's what he had in Denver, and I believe that's what screwed him in Denver, because he got rid of, you know, their main guys, and then he sat there and he put like all of his marbles on Tebow, you know, stuff like that. So I'd have been fine with him as long as you stuck with the whole bringing in a GM, you know, as long as you didn't give him too much power, I would have been fine with that. But it's just like he had head coaching experience, so he knows what he's got to do. And that's why even when I didn't even know they were interviewing Schwartz, and when you said him, I thought that would have been a good hire too. Because he's a disciplined guy. He's had head coaching experience. He took over the Lions after going 0-16 and 3 years had him in the playoffs. I mean, I thought that would have been a pretty good hire. And he's a defensive guy too. So.
Yeah, my boss liked him a lot. I wasn't into the Schwartz game. Just because
I know you don't like having a chance to win.
Well, I thought McDaniels gave it. Honestly, the guy, if we were going to go with a guy who doesn't have head coaching experience, I like the
defensive coordinator from San Fran?
Yeah. And what I heard is basically they didn't want to wait until the playoffs were. And maybe that's just BS, but still, I just think he was a better pick than Stefanski. It's interesting they gave him a 5-year contract, by the way.
I know, and that's the other bad thing with the Browns. It's like they shouldn't give anything more than a 2-year contract unless you're re-signing a guy after that 2 years. Because if it goes bad after this season and they get rid of him, they'll be paying 4 head coaches next year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're already paying. Yeah, I think they're paying who? Fuck yeah. It's ridiculous at this point. The money we're putting out every year to pay guys not to coach the Cleveland Browns is hell. Honestly, I mean, I think a lot of those guys have jobs, but at this point, you might want to bring some of those guys back in coordinators just to recoup some of your money. You're like, hey, we're already paying you. We know you're a good coordinator. You can't coach for shit. Did you see?
Oh crap! They almost had one. They almost had Schumer.
Did you see who? They talked to Shermer about the OC position?
Yep.
I didn't see that.
Yes, and then he took wherever he's at, Minnesota or Denver, or wherever he went.
I saw that they. Oh my goodness! Why did I just? Oh no! Did you see Freddie Kitchens is interviewing in New York for the OC job? Honestly, I think that would be good for him.
If I was the Giants owner, for one, I think that's a bad hire. Them hiring Joe Judge or whatever his name is. But then, if I would have heard he was bringing in him, I'd have been like, all right, we were kind of iffy on that anyways, so I'm just going to fire you now because that's just ridiculous.
See, I think Freddie, just as an OC, might be good. Because honestly,
he only had, 6 weeks as an offensive coordinator? I mean, it's still...
Well, there's only one way to get experience, Kevin. You got to get, you have to have opportunities to get the experience. And I think when he was just the OC, I think Cleveland's uh, offense was prolific. I think it was exciting. I think it was fun. It was different. So I have a hard time being like thinking that he couldn't just go in and be a coordinator. I think doing everything that is getting told that you're super echoey again by my favorite ginger back in the state of Utah. What was I gonna say?
What the heck were we talking about? Oh, get an experience.
Oh yeah, I think he'd be good just for the head coaching stuff.
It's possible.
But I don't know. I'm not saying just for the OC side. I think head coaching was just too many decisions that he had to make. You know? Color me crazy. I wonder if it's That's weird, Kevin.
Yeah, he'll have that.
Freaking echoes. I hate them. All right. So sorry about the echoes. Working on that as we talk. OBJ, he's got a lot going on. He tapped a cop in the ass, so now he's got a warrant out for his arrest, which I think silly. He was just playing.
Yeah, but you see, he originally wanted to press charges for like sexual assault or something like that.
That tells me the cop's a douchebag.
Well, I don't think it's a cop. I think it's a security guard.
Well, either way, he's still a douchebag.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying. I think he wants to get a payday because I mean that's just come on. They're celebrating. And besides the fact, I guess he was asking the player what he was drinking. Like he was trying to find out what he was drinking. You know, it's like they just won the championship. They're celebrating. Who cares?
Yeah. Oh no. I completely agree with you, my friend.
So I thought that was crazy. But did you see? He's so stupid. He was handing out money to the players.
Yeah, and that's interesting because I'm guessing the NCAA is going to have a heyday with that one, field day with that one.
Because I mean, he's gonna have. I mean, unless he only gave it to players that are graduating or going into the draft. That's the only way LSU's. I mean, I don't see how he can put them in trouble if none of the players are coming back.
It's the NCAA. They can do whatever they want, and it can be as stupid as they want, and it doesn't have to make sense. They just run with it.
And then, like, the funny thing is LSU released a statement, and they were saying stuff like they, complied, and they turned it in, blah, 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 already talking to the NCAA. But then they sit there, and they turn around, and they're like, it wasn't real money. It was counterfeit. And it's like, oh, so now you're saying he's committed a felony? It's like, just let it go. But then they asked that Burrow was on a podcast, and they asked him, and he's like, oh, no. He's like, he was handing out real money. And he's like, I'm done with college. So he's like, I'm not going to lie. And I'm just like, I don't know if that was the way to go either, but I was like, it made it funny.
Yeah. No, I think it's hilarious. Now, I'm guessing our good friends from the what's it called?
LSU.
LSU. Well, no, LSU. The leadership there probably aren't too thrilled because they know it's going to be a headache they're going to have to deal with now.
Oh yeah.
But whatever, it happens.
Yeah, I was like, that's just crazy.
Welcome to OSU. I mean, to the NCAA. But I think the guy's going to probably try to get a payday. But I think the fact that they even put out a warrant, I don't know, it's just stupid. Now I see everyone on Facebook calling for Odell to be cut. We don't need to be cutting players. I know he needs some structure on the field and in the locker room, but I don't think this was a cuttable offense. I don't think this was a big deal. And I think you guys just need to stop worrying so much about it.
Yeah, I don't know about cuttable. It's definitely a stupid thing. I mean, it just shows how stupid he is. I mean, why would you do that? Because if you hand that to because the big thing, here's the thing where the NCAA is going to get him, is they're going to be like, oh, well, he only gave it to players that are going into the draft. Well, how do we know? because we saw it on video, him handing it to people. How do we not know he gave it to everybody?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, yeah, you're a pro. NCAA can't do anything to you, but you have a chance of screwing up a lot of kids' lives right now that are banking on being able to play to make it to the pros to make that money. And just because what you got money and you're trying to show off or whatever stupid reason you did it, like I just think that's stupid on his part. I'm not saying cut him for it, but I mean it just shows you already know what kind of douchebag he is. So I mean it's not like it's a big surprise.
Well, I don't think he's a douchebag. I'll leave that to you.
Oh, he's a douchebag.
I don't think he's that bad. He's just a hater drinking that haterade.
Uh huh.
Um, what else we got, Kevin? It's been a long time since we've chatted.
I know.
You gonna go see Bad Boys this weekend?
I'm gonna try. I hope I have time. There's supposed to be like a blizzard,
Really?
or storm thing coming in. Yeah, there's gonna be. It's snowing now. It's supposed to change to rain most of the day, turn back to snow tomorrow night, and snow from tomorrow night to Saturday evening, then turn back into rain, and then Sunday evening is supposed to turn back into snow again.
Yeah, that sucks. We don't have any snow yet down here. It's actually pretty nice. I mean, it's been chilly, but nothing terrible.
Yeah, so it's gotta wait to see how all the weather plays out.
I think my mom's coming down, and then I got work, which is work, and I'm not sure I'm loving that place so much either right now. That is not my favorite place to be in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah, bad. It's, I don't even know how to say it without being a super douche, so I'll just go into another topic today. I don't know what else is going on. I've been so crazy, with the Browns stuff, and then all the drama that surrounds that.
Yeah, what the hell was the other thing I wanted to say?
Usually, right?
You had me think of it whenever you were talking about when you brought up Beckham, but
Odell cuttable offense, which I think is stupid, but
oh, AB. How about that whole saga?
yeah, what's going on there?
Oh my gosh, the dude's lost it. Like it's finally got to the point where Drew Rosenhaus, which all he cares about is money, has terminated their contract with each other until he goes and gets personal help. But I guess his I don't know what got it started. I've heard two different things. One was he refused to take his kids to school, so he told his baby mama she had to come and get him to take him to school. And I've heard that she was just coming to pick him up. But he called the cops because he said that she was trying to get into one of his cars and steal it, which I don't. It's like why, whatever. But anyways, so he called the cops. A bunch of cops showed up for like the millionth time for a domestic dispute. And then he started yelling and cussing at her, calling her names, cussing, and the cops in front of his kids. And then he just started yelling about, get them out of here, take them away. And then he had, for whatever reason, he had a bag of like gummy dicks, and he started throwing them at the cops and yelling stuff about, here, have a bag of dicks, and he was throwing them at them, and it went on forever. And it's not like someone recorded it and posted it. He was recording it live on Instagram Live.
Oh yeah, I did. I saw him yelling at the cops.
Yeah, he was yelling at her too, and calling her names and saying, like, there was a part I saw a little clip, and he was saying how she looked like a fish, call her fish face. It was just weird, and he just kept, and like he's doing it in front of the cop, like the kids. That was the big thing, the kids, and it's like you're seeing this live, and it's like, yeah, it's probably like that all the time there. Like it's just crazy, and so all that was going on, which obviously doesn't help how he looks. And then he had just donated, well, recently, I guess he donated some money to that police department. They have some kind of like youth football league. So he donated money. Well, they gave him his check back, and they broke ties with him because they're like, with the way he was acting around the kids, that they don't want him being around the kids acting like a mentor with the way he's acting. They don't want to do that. And so he got all pissed about that. And he started going on Twitter about how he needs to have they need to have a meeting with him, or he's going to start exposing them for all their injustices that they have done. And then he went on the Twitter about how the cops have it out for him. And he listed a couple things, like he was in Miami and he got pulled over at gunpoint or something. There's a couple other. Then he posted, like one of them was he got picked. The cops pulled him over on the way to the Carolina game in Pittsburgh, and he was all mad. And he's like, they're singling me out. And someone had the perfect response, because I was thinking it too. But they're like, you were going 110 in a 40-mile-an-hour zone. They didn't just single you out. It's just like, it's crazy. And as much as I don't like Kaepernick, he even sat there and he was like, last month or something, tweeted out how he's being blackballed like Kaepernick. And if I was Kaepernick, I'd have been like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, don't put me in that same thing as you. It's like, you're not being blackballed. You're doing it to yourself. Like, no one's going to sign that mess.
Yeah, no, he definitely needs to look into getting some therapy sessions in.
Oh yeah, because it's crazy, especially like the way he was acting with the cops and the kids and everything. It's just like, you need to do something before something bad happens. Like, you just don't know. Like, he keeps getting worse as time goes on.
Well, I wonder if he's probably got CTE, buddy.
Oh, I agree. I mean, thanks to Vontez Burfict, but it's just, yeah, something needs to be done, or something needs to happen before something bad happens.
Hey, I saw, by the way, Burfict got cleared to go rejoin the Raiders.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that. I was talking to somebody at work about that today, and I was wondering.
Yeah, he got cleared to rejoin them.
Well, I guess that's good for the Raiders. It's not good for anybody that's got to play against them, because you're going to be worried about your own head.
Because Miles got cleared to rejoin the Browns. I don't know if that means he's still going to be suspended next year, but he's allowed to participate in team activities again throughout the offseason.
It's off season, so I mean that's how it usually is. Because he'll be at least able to participate in preseason. That's how it's been for most suspensions.
Yeah, they say. By the way, Myles Garrett looks like a beast right now.
Well, I mean, he hasn't had anything else to do.
Yeah.
Had a lot of free time on his hands.
Jay, it's okay, because now he'll have a good coach. Not really. We're screwed. We're so screwed. Oh, shit. What else you got, buddy?
It's going to be interesting.
Wild World of Kevin Tenney.
Oh, XFL released their rules and everything.
Yeah, that is one thing I want to talk about. I actually like a lot of the rules. I like that.
I think the kickoff and punt is going to be interesting.
I like it.
See. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like it. It's gonna be interesting.
The 2 forward pass rule, I think that's interesting. That could come in on that's going to be one of those end of the game type deals. I don't know. I like it. I looked at when I went through those rules. I didn't see any that I was like, this is ridiculously bad. I actually thought they were kind of evolving the game a little bit. And then I think...
Yeah, I mean, they said that's what they're going to try, they're trying to do. So, yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I'm more interested to see... I can't wait to see the kickoff and stuff like that, to see how it goes.
Yeah, and I think if they were to do something like... what was I going to say? If they would do something like using the AAF thing where they say have the replays, reviews on video, and steal some of the some of the cool stuff the AAF did. I don't know. I think this league's gonna be fun. We'll find out in just a few 2 weeks, 3 weeks till kickoff.
4. You got a month.
The XFL, okay, you got a month, but still, it's upon us. And I'm starting to get excited, and I'm starting to see on Twitter a lot of the old AAF guys that were like, I will never watch XFL, and I was one of those coming around. I think they're getting excited. I think they did it right. I think they took their time. I hate to say that because I was so against it last year when the AAF was thriving. But I think they did it right. I think they're on the right path. And I'm excited to watch it. And I hope it's successful. I don't know why there are people out there who wouldn't want it to be successful. There's no reason why you should want this league to fail. It doesn't compete with the NFL. It gives more players an opportunity to play. It gives us something to do. If you love football like we love football, it gives you that something to do kind of until you get to the draft. I just don't understand why anybody would want it not to be successful. Unless you're the NFL. And even then, long term, why wouldn't you want it to be successful? Because then you can see these guys. And I don't know how the XFL contracts, if they have an out clause like the AAF. But if you could have a feeder system, at some point down the road, I don't know. I don't see why or understand why anybody would want this to fail. It does not make sense to me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But, yeah, there's that.
Yep. And I got my hat in.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I want to know is what team is Kevin Tenney? We all know that I am a Houston fan. Deep through my blood, through all my generations of football love. I have pledged my allegiance to Houston, but you have kind of kept us waiting.
Yes, I have.
And so now I want to know. Oh, you got your hat, huh?
Oh, I got my hat.
You're wearing a Seahawks hat, by the way?
Yeah. I didn't get to come on last week and wear it, so I don't got anyone else in the playoffs. Last time we did this, then we had a new league start. I chose Arizona. Try to find the thing. Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
They screwed me because they can't run a business. And they were bankrupt before it even started. So at least McMahon is going to give us at least, I'd say 2 years. They say he's got money for 3, but I'll say at least 2 years. At least one guaranteed. We'll start off small.
Well, here's the thing, he's got good they've got good partnerships for like their TV, and I think they're actually getting paid where the
they are.
Where the AAF I think we found out where it was actually paying to be televised. Except for like TNT. I think TNT brought him on and was paying, but yeah. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
So after doing my research, and it's like I wanted to keep it in so we'd have our same division rivalry, but I just couldn't do it this time. So I am pledging my allegiance to the DC Commanders.
The DC Commander? Why?
Yes, because they got Cardell Jones, and I like their coach. He's pretty.
Who's the coach down there?
Huh?
Who's the coach down there?
Pep Hamilton.
All right, I don't mind that coach. I do like the Cardell Jones connection. I didn't like their logo, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that was kind of the thing throwing me. I was like, but yeah, in the end, after looking through the stuff, and Cardell, I like Cardell a lot. I liked him at Ohio State. I think he got the raw end of that deal for JT Barrett. So I'm hoping he'll come out, do good, and maybe get another shot in the NFL.
Yeah, and that's what we want. See, I strictly picked my team on their logo. Blind, logo. So now, is Houston in the East or West?
They're in the West.
Okay, so and I get DC's got to be in the East, right?
Yeah.
So is DC playing in the Redskins Stadium?
I'm not sure.
Because I do believe Tampa, I think they're playing in the Buccaneer Stadium.
Yes.
Which is again smart by the Buccaneers, make some money that way.
Yeah.
The Vipers, I hate their logo. I'm just looking at these logos. Seattle's logo sucks. A lot of the logos suck. DC's is boring. The Guardians, they look I don't know, they look very 1985. Very boring. I feel like that's where they spent the least amount of money. But then there's the Houston Roughnecks, which is the best logo in the entire. Now I will say St. Louis has a pretty awesome logo. So who else were you leaning toward? If you weren't gonna choose the Defenders, which is a stupid name, I'm just gonna build my hate now for DC because this is what I have to do. There's no way I could do anything about the Defenders now. I must hate everything that they stand for.
Seattle, the Dragons.
Oh god, that'd have been terrible. That looks like
I just can't root for Dallas.
It looks like
He took the Roughneck.
It looks like Nintendo graphics for the Seattle Dragons logo. I love the Seattle logo. Not Seattle, the St. Louis logo. I'm really behind that logo. That was probably going to be my second team. But that Houston logo reminds me so much of the good old Oilers.
Yeah, I'm about to say they have Oilers in it. The oil rig or whatever the oil thing is.
So I had to get behind it right. Instantly I knew. Yeah, see, Renegades would have been a good one. They actually have a decent logo.
Yeah.
I kind of like that team's going to be the team that probably has the most criminals, in my opinion, in the league.
Hey, anything's possible.
Let's see.
They got to go somewhere.
Let's see when they kick off.
Well, actually, if he stuck the way he said, there isn't gonna. If you have any kind of record or something like that, you're not supposed to be allowed to play.
Oh, where's the scheduled team gear? I know I need to get my.
I did know, but I can't think of when the heck it is that they play. Because I had looked it up, so I knew when we were going to be playing each other.
Oh yeah, well here we go. Week 1, we got Seattle at DC. So you guys are hosting Seattle. Sunday it's February 9th. So it's not even. It's 3 weeks. It's exactly 3 weeks from this weekend.
Oh, from this weekend. Yeah, sorry.
So we got that opening weekend, and they got ABC, Fox, and ESPN is going to be playing FS1. I'm sorry, those are if you're going to put games on. If Eric was on here, he'd be fully supporting this because that was his big complaint about the AAF was their TV deal, and he said they were hard to find. I didn't find them that hard to find.
Yeah, and their internet, or not internet, their website was bad or something.
Their website was lame. I can't disagree with him there. I hope that it's going to be interesting because I don't know if you watched the whole AAF post AAF documentary where they're talking about how a lot the stats were just random guys creating the stat lines. It wasn't the league. It was some guy created a website and used the APIs from the league to build all the stats. So I don't know how the XFL is good because I want to know that stuff. I want to know who what running backs are the best. So and is fantasy. So it turns out I didn't know Vince McMahon has a piece in FanDuel.
Okay.
He's got part owner in that. So are they going to have daily fantasy for XFL? Are they going to have season long fantasy? Because I would love to do some season long fantasy for XFL.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That's what we should look into. If it is, we should. I'm gonna send a tweet out to our little charity and see if they just want, just for fun. We don't have to put any stakes on it, but just for fun, do an XFL fantasy league. If ESPN does one, I think it would be fun as hell.
Yeah, and make it interesting.
Yeah, it gives us something to buy into because I think that's one thing that honestly hurt the AAF is they didn't really have a fantasy set up. And if you're going to be a sports league in this country, you got to let people gamble on it. That's just we're broken humans. I see you went with the bent bill. I would have went with the flat bill hat, by the way.
We already went into this discussion.
I know you're a broken human. Here's the deal. My face is round, where the flat bill actually looks better than the curved bill on me. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. We got season that goes all the way up till oh man, my birthday's on a Thursday this year. I only found that out because they have a Thursday night game on their last week.
I'm about to say
actually,
last
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Championship game's going to be on ESPN April 26th, and I think the draft is that following weekend or the same. Is it the same weekend?
I don't know.
Oh, this is awesome. Thursday night football? That's going to be really cool. Let's see. I would love to go to a game. I got to see who's the closest team to us here in Ohio?
Probably DC.
How far do you think that is drive time?
I know for me, it's 7 or 8 hours.
Oh,
Can't
man.
remember.
You want to go on a road trip, Kevin? When is it? Let's see here. DC. Let's see. Where's it at? Do you know when we play?
I can't. I don't got it on my thing. I was trying to get it, but my computer's
Houston.
going slow right now.
Houston, New York. Houston. I'm looking for it. This would be awesome. Little road trip. 7 hours is nothing. Oh, right here. No, that's Dallas and Houston. Where did we even play? Houston.
Yeah, they play.
Houston, DC.
I think it's towards the end of the season.
Houston, Seattle. Oh, there we go. Houston, DC. Week 7. 6 p.m. on a Sunday. We should totally do this. It's March. It's in March. We have a couple of months. Kids will be calmed down by then. This will be beautiful.
That'd be nice.
Go down there, build some bridges, build some XFL bridges, take the World Tour global, XFL style. Oh yeah, I could totally get in with this. All right, you got anything else? I know it's 11 o'clock. You got to work in the morning, don't you?
Yeah, I gotta go to work. So and I gotta find out if he got up or went back to sleep. Because if she got up with him, then that means I'm gonna have to get up the next time, and that's gonna suck.
Well, the joy of having 2 children.
Oh yeah.
All right, buddy. Hopefully we get every of these technical bugs worked out. We need to find a day where we're both available. We could just test stuff.
Okay.
And then we can kind of get everything working smoothly. All right, everybody. Thanks for dropping in. I know there were some echo issues. I do appreciate your patience. We'll figure that all out as we go, hopefully. Outside of that, everybody have a good day. Kevin, you take it easy, my friend.
All right.
Tell Miranda I said hi. And I will see all of you guys later. All right, everybody. That was another episode of the Pearson Mind Podcast. Look for more of these podcasts to come your way over the next couple of weeks. As I do have a goal of 104 podcasts for the year, and I will make it, by God, even though I am behind the 8 ball and things have not been going as smoothly as I anticipated for the year. And that being said, like I said, we're going to try to bring a lot more of these to you in the future. With better audio quality as well. Until next time, you guys take a good day.